Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Aurobindaya. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's session. Before we start the session, we'll observe 30 seconds of silence to invoke the Divine Mother for this program today. On behalf of Sri Aurobindo Society, Ulsoor, Bangalore, I welcome you all to today's session. We have programs on devotional songs and dance performances. The devotional songs will also have stotras. The program will start with the Ganesh Vandana by Kumari Dhwani, and this will be followed with the dance program by Paridhi Agarwal and Shrishti Sahi. I'd like to introduce the participants for the song program. We have Preeti Saroja. Preeti Saroja is a devotee of the Mother and Sri Aurobindo since her childhood. She is the daughter of our long-term devotee Srimati Amuda and Sri Shanmugam, offering voluntary services here. Preeti is a trained Carnatic singer who has undergone training for 10 years. She has a full-time job as internal control manager at Global Foundries, a multinational semiconductor manufacturing firm, and tries to keep her passion for music alive alongside her work and managing 2 little kids. Miss Dhwani, the little one. Miss Dhwani is the daughter of Preeti and Saurabh. She has been learning Carnatic music for the last 5 months, and this is her first public performance. Our little Dhwani is 4.5 years old. Srimati Manjusha and Mr. M.M. Bhattacharjee. Srimati Manjusha and M.M. Bhattacharjee are devotees of the Mother and Sri Aurobindo. Both of them love music. Manjusha Bhattacharjee has done Sangeet Bishrad in Hindustani classical music in 1971 from Allahabad Prayag Sangeet Samiti. Thereafter, she was an All India radio artist in early 70s. She learnt devotional songs from Lata Sahana Devi of Pondicherry, Sri Aurobindo Ashram. Both Mr. and Mrs. Bhattacharjee along with Pondicherry Ashram group participated in Songs in Ashram Theatre Hall to celebrate Sri Aurobindo's centenary celebrations 1972. Both of them have learnt Ravindra Sangeet, that is Tagore songs, from one of the top Ravindra Sangeet singer, late Tarit Chaudhary, from 1992 to 2008. Both of them are giving services to this Bhavan for the last 36 years. Shri M.M. Bhattacharjee has retired as Vice President Personnel from Brookbond India Limited in 1993. Mr. Ashish Ranjan Das, who's on the tabla today. Mr. Ashish Ranjan Das has done BCom and Bachelor in Music. He has been playing tabla for more than 40 years. Besides tabla, he has been teaching keyboard and guitar also. He was appointed in Information and Broadcasting of India, that is IFB Bangalore, as a tabla player. Now I hand over to the team to take over the session from here on. Thank you all.
Program, I would like to say a few words on the effect of music on us. No doubt, music helps us to get connected with the divine. Let us see what our Divine Mother said on this to some of her devotees. She said, "The role of music lies in helping the consciousness to uplift itself towards the spiritual heights." She also said, "It is one of the methods to inner opening and one of the most powerful." She said, "Music too is an essentially spiritual art and has always been associated with religious feeling and an inner life." Well, now let us get into our program. Besides Sanskrit hymns, we will be singing songs in Hindi, Bengali, Sanskrit and Tamil songs on Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Now, let us start.
जय गणेश देवा माता तो ये पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता तो है पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा माता तो है पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश देवा
नमस्ते त्रिभुवन भगवन पारण पृथ्वी तारण नर नारायण नमो नमस्ते त्रिभुवन भगवन पारण पृथ्वी तारण नर नारायण नमो नमस्ते त्रिभुवन भगवन
श्री अरविंद महाप्रभु नमः श्री अरविंद महाप्रभु नमो
पारण पृथ्वी तारण नर नारायण नमो नमस्ते नमो नमस्ते नमो नमस्ते
नमो नमस्ते
ॐ श्री अरविन्दो मम शरणम् ॐ श्री अरविन्दो मम शरणम् ॐ श्री अरविन्दो मम शरणम् भव भगवान् भव भाग्य विधाता भव भगवान् भव भाग्य विधाता चिदानन्दमया सर्वदाता चिदानन्दमया जीवनदाता कल्याणानाकरणम् कल्याणानाकरणम् প্রণমী যুগলে দিবারাতি যুক্ত করে ভক্তি ভরে প্রণমী যুগলে দিবারাতি শক্তি দাও প্রেম দাও অন্তরে জালো জ্ঞান বাতে শক্তি দাও প্রেম দাও অন্তরে জালো জ্ঞান বাতে প্রণমী যুগলে দিবারাতি মীরা মাতা জগত ত্রাতা মীরা মাতা জগত ত্রাতা করুণা মোহে নমো নমো করুণা মোহে নমো নমো যোগীরাজ নমো নমো শ্রী অরবিন্দ নামে আনন্দ যোগীরাজ নমো নমো মীরা মাতা জগত ত্রাতা মীরা মাতা জগত ত্রাতা করুণা মোহে নমো নমো করুণা মোহে নমো নমো যোগীরাজ নমো নমো যোগীরাজ নমো নমো যোগীরাজ নমো নমো संजाते माते मलय ध्वज पाण्य संजाते मातंग वदन गुह माते मलय ध्वज पाण्य संजाते मातंग वदन गुह माते मलया ध्वज पाण्य संजाते मातंग वदन गुह शागोदरी शंकरी शागोदरी शंकरी चामुंडेश्वरी चंद्रकलाधरी ताये गौरी दादा निदद 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 निपम दादा निरे सानी सादा नि सादा पमम दादा निगरे निरे सादा नि सादा पम दादा मगम पप म पद तनि दम दादा नि सानि दनि दादा मदनि मनि दादा सा सा पदनि दादा मागरि सानि दादा पदादा नि दादा सादा रि धा मगरि सानि दनि सानि नि दादा पम दादा नि दादा नि दादा नि दादा नि पम दादा निरि सानि सादा नि सादा पम म दादा निगरि निरि सादा नि सादा पम दा मगम पप म पद दनि द मद नि सानि दनि दादा मदनि मनि दा सा सा पदनि दा मगरि सानि दादा पद दनि दा सादा रि दा मगरि सानि दनि सानि नि दादा पम माते मलया ध्वज पाण्य संजाते मातंग वदन गुह माते मलया ध्वज पाण्य संजाते
के ज्योतिर्धन हे मम जीवन के जीवन निखिल ज्योति के ज्योतिर्धन हे मम जीवन के जीवन सकल जगत के सत्य परम सकल जगत के सत्य परम श्री अरविंद शरणं मम श्री अरविंद शरणं मम मेरा स्वास्थ्य शक्ति मेरी आशीष और भक्ति मेरी मेरा स्वास्थ्य शक्ति मेरी आशीष और भक्ति मेरी आशा मम विक्रम मेरी आशा मम विक्रम श्री अरविंद शरणं मम श्री अरविंद शरणं मम शुभे महिमा में भोजन शांति करेंगे शासन शुभे महिमा में भोजन शांति करेंगे शासन तेरा प्रेम हरे संभ्रम तेरा प्रेम हरे संभ्रम श्री अरविंद शरणं मम श्री अरविंद शरणं मम निर्भय निर्मल हो जीवन अंतर का हो परिवर्तन निर्भय निर्मल हो जीवन अंतर का हो परिवर्तन अर्पण मेरे जन्म करम अर्पण मेरे जन्म करम श्री अरविंद शरणं मम 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 श्री अरविंद शरणं मम
हे महर्षि श्री अरविंदो जगत जननी प्रणाम प्रणाम हे महर्षि श्री अरविंदो जगत जननी प्रणाम प्रणाम हे महर्षि श्री अरविंदो जगत जननी प्रणाम जुगे जुगे आशो जगत तारणी जुगे जुगे आशो जगत तारणी मानवीर तनु करि धारण तब साधित धरणीर धूलि तोरी बारे तरे रूपांतर तब साधित धरणीर धूलि तोरी बारे तरे रूपांतर हे महर्षि श्री अरविंद আসো জগত তারণী যুগে যুগে আসো জগত তারণী মানবীর তনু কলিদার তব সাধিত দরণীর ধুলি তোরি বাহে তরে রূপান্তর তব সাধিত দরণীর ধুলি তোরি বাহে তরে রূপান্তর হে মহর্ষি শ্রী অরবিন্দ জগত জননী প্রণাম প্রণাম হে মহর্ষি শ্রী অরবিন্দ জগত জননী প্রণাম Sangacchadvam Sangvadadvam Sangvomanam Srijantam Sangacchadvam Sangvadadvam Sangvomanam Srijantam Sangacchadvam Sangvadadvam Sangvomanam Srijantam Samano mantra samiti samani Samano mantra samiti samani Samano manasah chitta mesha Sangacchadvam Sangvadadvam Sangvomanam Srijantam Samaniva kuti samana hridayaniva Samaniva kuti samana hridayaniva Samanamastu mano yatava sushahasati Sangacchadvam Sangvadadvam Sangvomanam Srijantam Sangacchadvam Sangvadadvam Sangvomanam Srijantam Sangacchadvam Sangvadadvam Sangvomanam Srijantam போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே வரம் தரும் மன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி மாற்று தாயே நம்மிலம் பார்த்து நீயே எளியோரை மகிழ்வாக்க வழிகாட்டு தாயே வழியோர்கள் மாட்டாமல் வகை காட்டு தாயே என் வளமான தாயே பசி தாகம் காணாமல் பயிராக்கு தாயே ரசிப்போர்கள் செவி தேடி இசை மூட்டு தாயே இசை பாட்டு என்றென்றும் இனி பாக்கு தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே புகழ் செல்வம் நலம் கல்வி குறைவின்றி வாழ புவி மீது இறை ஞானம் எமையென்றும் ஆள பொன் குறையாமல் வாழ அருளோடு பொருள் சேர அறிவோடு ஞானம் தெளிவோடு தினம் காணும் நிலை வேண்டும் வேண்டும் அது திரளாது வேண்டும் பல வீடு பல நாடு பல தேசம் என்று உணராமல் வாழ்வோரை ஒன்றாக்கு தாயே உறவோடு மகிழ்வோடு எமை மாற்று தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே மலர் போல மலர்கின்ற மனம் வேண்டும் தாயே பலர் போற்றி பாராட்டும் குணம் வேண்டும் தாயே வரம் தரும் மன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே வரம் தரும் அன்னையே வணங்கினோம் உன்னையே
সুবিধা বরণে করুণাময়ী মাতা মুসহরণে হে কনক জল হে কনক জল সুবিধা বরণে করুণাময়ী মাতা মুসহরণে মলিন মহির তরে অবতীর্ণ তুমি বৈকুণ্ঠে নিকাশ ইতিলা অমরা মর্ম বিবর্ধিত অমলে অমরা ज्योतिररविन्दं ज्योतिररविन्दं ज्योतिररविन्दं.
Yeah. Now there will be dance program. You announce name.
So we'll start the next program, the dance program by Paridhi Agarwal and Shrishti Sahi. I'll ask them to take over right away.
Children, all of you, all of us, children of the mother, La douce mère. Greetings and bonjour. Devotion in motion, that's the name we chose for today's program. There are two reasons for this. The performance that we're about to present is nothing but a small offering at the feet of the mother and Sri Aurobindo, an act of devotion which we invite you to share with us. And then, the dances that we have chosen are themselves essentially expression of devotion of the soul towards the divine in his many forms. The sweet child, the playful youth, the capricious lover, the Lord at whose feet the universe bows down in adoration, the immobile, the calm master of existence.
Aurobindo sums them up in this poem, Who. We have love for a boy who is dark and resplendent. A woman is lord of us, naked and fierce. We have seen him a muse on the snow of the mountains. We have watched him at work in the heart of the spheres. Incidentally, we shall be quoting all along the program extracts of poems and writings from Aurobindo and the mother. This is not just for the embellishment of the narration, but with the very purpose of using this occasion to present readings from the divine masters, from their books, letters, early writings, poems, talks, etc.
This said, the performers today are two young ladies, seeing who you might think, ye bachyan kya dance karengi? Or, oh, amateurs. Just wait and watch. Let me present them to you. Paridhi Agarwal and Shrishti Sahi are two friends who have a number of things in common. They are both 18. They studied together in National Public School. In fact, I would say practically toddled together right since the age of 2. Both are now completing their first year in Christ University. Above all, both got attracted to Indian classical dance from a very early age. Paridhi when she was just 3 and Shrishti when she was hardly 5 or 6. After learning various dance forms, including Bharatnatyam, Paridhi finally came to focus on Kathak as her chosen field of proficiency. Her passion for classical dance does not stop her from enjoying other dance forms like hip-hop, freestyle, contemporary, jazz, salsa, belly dancing, bachata, just name it. But her true vocation is Kathak, which she has been practicing since 12 years now. She has already graduated in Kathak with her public Ranga Pravesh in June 2019. She is ever full of gratitude towards her guru, Srimati Simran Godhwani of Krishala Dance Theatre, and she is present amongst us here today. The dance curriculum at Krishala is aligned to the Prachin Kala Kendra syllabus and the international certification rules and regulations laid down by the International Dance Council of UNESCO. The dance repertoire travels around the globe, performing in various festivals and events, a few of which Paridhi was chosen to participate in. To conclude, introducing Paridhi, in tune with the concept of integral education and growth, she has equal dedication in her studies, in sports like basketball and athletics, and in other art forms like dramatics and fashion designing.
Now, Srishti's field of expertise lies in Odissi. Srimati Purnima Karthik and Srimati Madhulita Mohapatra, all of them renowned experts of Odissi. She too has been learning Odissi for the past 12 years and has successfully passed 4 levels of the Prachin Kala Kendra examinations. Again, she too is an all-rounder, focused on studies and sports, and is truly remarkably skilled in arts.
Regarding these two dance forms, a brief explanation on history. Odissi, from the land of Odisha, is essentially a style of temple dance. It evolved as a spiritual expression of devotion to a higher being. It aims to express predominantly spiritual sentiments and religious motifs, adoring various deities, Vishnu, Shiva, Shakti, Surya. It is one of the 8 classical dance forms of India and thought to be one of the oldest surviving ritual dance forms in existence. It makes extensive use of symbolic body movements, abhinaya and mudras.
Kathak is also amongst the 8 major forms of Indian classical dance and makes extensive use of hand movements and footwork as well as facial expressions. It derives its name from the Kathakars, the nomadic storytellers of ancient North India. The stories recounted through songs and dance were from our epics and mythology. During the Bhakti period, the focus was greatly on the life and deeds of Krishna. Well, you know Krishna, that is his deeds as well as his misdeeds.
Our classical dances, like all classical Indian art, or let us say essentially all Indian art that is not overtly influenced by Western concepts, has invariably a spiritual base behind it. Says Sri Aurobindo about Indian art in the foundation of Indian culture.
The theory of ancient Indian art at its greatest is of another kind. Its highest business is to disclose something of the self, the infinite, the divine to the regard of the soul, the self through its expressions, the infinite through its living finite symbols, the divine through his powers. Or the Godheads are to be revealed, luminously interpreted, or in some way suggested to the soul's understanding or to its devotion, or at the very least to a spiritually or religiously aesthetic emotion.
When this hieratic art comes down from these altitudes to the intermediate worlds behind ours, to the lesser godheads or genii, it still carries into them some power or some hint from above. And when it comes quite down to the material world and the life of man and the things of external nature, it does not altogether get rid of the greater vision, the hieratic stamp, the spiritual seeing.
In the spirit of this citation, our artists shall endeavor to express to the best of their ability the highest they can. But if we fall short, we can still hope that you will enjoy the beauty of Indian classical dance in its essence.
Let us now follow Srishti to the portals of Lord Jagannath's temple. She will lead us up to the mandapam where she will perform the inaugural dance offering called Mangala Charan. She will first invoke the Almighty's blessings from above, then look down to offer salutations to Bhumi, earth, the sacred ground, the stage of the divine Leela. She will next offer her respect to her surroundings, the teacher, the accompanists, and the audience, yourselves. She will be happy if we join her on the mandapam. But as for entering the Garbhagriha for the darshan of the Lord, that effort, I'm afraid, we have to do ourselves. Comes to mind these lines from Savitri, Book 1, Canto 2.
As in a Miss Immaculate Ecstasies, inspired and ruled from truth's revealing vault, moves in some prophet cavern of the gods, a heart of silence in the hands of joy, inhabited with rich creative beats, a body like a parable of dawn that seemed a niche for veiled divinity or golden temple door to things beyond.
Shrishti now coming up to perform Mangalacharan. Guru Vandana by Paridhi.
Oh
Thank you, Paridhi, for offering today's program to the divine and the teacher. Let us simply summarize and say to Sri Aurobindo and the mother, our divine gurus.
The master and lord of dance is said to be Lord Shiva, the supreme dancer, Nataraja. The inspired Nataraja statue is the living symbol of the cosmic dance, the dance of creation, evolution and reunion of Shiva and Shakti. Says Sri Aurobindo in the Renaissance of India, and I quote the relevant extract.
Whereas, as anybody ought to be able to see who looks upon the Nataraja, it expresses on the contrary the rapture of the cosmic dance with the profundities behind of the unmoved, eternal and infinite bliss.
Dance, then, it would seem from this explanation, is a meeting point of perfect poised immobility with perfect dynamic motion, stark austerity with dizzying ecstasy. We see it so beautifully expressed in Sri Aurobindo's sonnet.
Shiva, eternity, a single soul of bare infinities, guarded, he keeps by a fire screen of peace, his mystic loneliness of nude ecstasy. But touched by an immense delight to be, he looks across unending depths and sees, musing amid the inconscient silences, the mighty mother's dumb felicity. Half now awake, she rises to his glance, Then moved to circling by her heartbeat's will, the rhythmic whirls describe that passion dance. Life springs in her and mind is born, her face she lifts to him who is herself until the spirit leaps into the spirit's embrace.
A freezing glacier on the one hand and an all-sucking whirlpool on the other. Such is the mighty Shiva, but either way unapproachable. That is possibly why the necessity arose of first propitiating Batuk Bhairav, the circle of penultimate deities between the devotee and the ultimate. In Odissi, a very powerful and fast-paced dance that has come to exist from antiquity is Batu. The Batuk Nritya performed in Shiva's honor. Shrishti now shall give you a glimpse of this very special Odissi dance form, Batu, by Shrishti. Breathtaking performance, I say. The Lord, I'm sure, is pleased. Arey nahi, Shivambo khush hua. However, today our artists are in no mood to dwell too long in the cold, austere Kailash. They prefer the warmth of the plains of Vrindavan. Here, Natraj becomes Natvar, and the circle of the cosmic dance turns into the circle of the Ras Leela. These inviting lines from Sri Aurobindo's poem, Ahana, should certainly motivate us to visit Vrindavan and join the Ras.
Was he not once in Vrindavan? Woods divine to our yearning, memorable always. Of flowers or delight on the treetops burning, grasses his herds have grazed and crushed by his feet in the dancing Yamuna flowing with song through the greyness always advancing, you unforgotten remind. For his flute with its sweetness ensnaring sounds in our ears in the night, and our souls of the teguments bearing hails us out, naked and absolute, out to his woodlands eternal, out to his moonlit dances, his dalliance sweet and supernal. Come then to Vrindavan, soul of the joyous, faster and faster follow the dance I shall teach thee, with Shama for slave and for master. Follow the notes of the flute with a soul aware and exulting, trampled in light that submits and crouch to a sweetness insulting. Then shalt thou know what the dance meant, fathom the song and the singer, hear behind thunder its rhymes, touched by lightning thrill to his finger. Vrindavan's rustle shalt understand, and Yamuna's laughter. Take thy place in the ras, and thy share of the ecstasy after.
To Vrindavan then with Paridhi, who will endeavor to give us a taste of the sweetness of Krishna. Madhurashtakam in motion. Guest Shivambo is really not much today. So I think we should maybe skip to the next one. And if time permits, maybe we can come back to this. So in the poem Who by Sri Aurobindo.
All music is only the sound of his laughter, all beauty the smile of his passionate bliss. Our lives are his heartbeats, our rapture the bridal of Radha and Krishna, our love is their kiss. The mother gives this enlightening explanation on Krishna.
Krishna is the immanent divine, the divine presence in everyone and everything. He is also sovereignly the aspect of the Supreme's delight and love. He is the smiling tenderness and the playful gaiety. He is at once the player, the play, and all his playmates. And as both the game and its results are wholly known, conceived, willed, organized, and played consciously in their entirety, there can be no room for anything but the delight of the play. Thus, to see Krishna means to find the inner Godhead. To play with Krishna means to be identified with the inner Godhead and to share in his consciousness.
Since we are now already soaked in Krishna's sweetness, I would like to call upon Srishti to continue drenching us, but in more earthly rains. She now presents Megha Pallavi, which is an Odissi dance celebrating the mood of the warm rainy season, romantic, sweet and joyful. Megh, the cloud, when overjoyed, sheds vrishti, rain. Through Megh Pallavi, a piece choreographed by Guru Rotikanta Mahapatra of Srajan, let us hope that in this hot, hot weather, Srishti shall bring us some vrishti. Coming up, Megha Pallavi or Vrishti by Srishti.
Wow. May the rain of the mother's grace be abundant on Shrishti. While still at it, let's continue on the theme of seasons. Song and music are essential accompaniments of classical dances. But it is heartening to see that our young exponents of the classical dances can creatively choreograph even accompaniment of poetry. Paridhi will now enact through dance poses a passage from Savitri, Book 1, Canto 2. Paridhi.
A minute of the cycle of desires. Around a light she must not dare to touch. Hastening towards a far-off unknown goal, earth followed the endless journey of the sun. Amid the ambiguous stillness of the stars, she moved towards some undisclosed event, and her rhythm measured the long whirl of time. In ceaseless motion round the purple rim, day after day sped by like colored spokes, and through a glamour of shifting hues of air, the seasons drew, in linked significant dance, the symbol pageant of the changing year. Across the burning languor of the soil, paced summer with pomp of violent noons, and stamped his tyranny of torrid light, and the blue seal of a great burnished sky. Next, through its fiery swoon of clotted knot, rain tide burst in upon torn wings of heat, startled with the lightning's air, unquiet drowse, lashed with life-giving streams the torrid soil. Armies of revolution crossed the time field, the clouds unending marched, besieged the world. Tempest pronunciamentos claimed the sky, and thunder drums announced the embattled gods. A traveler from the unquiet neighboring seas, the dense maned monsoon rode, neighing through earth's hours. Earth's mood now changed. She lay in lulled repose. The hours went by with slow, contented tread. A wide and tranquil air remembered peace. Earth was the comrade of a happy sun. Autumn led in the glory of her moons, and dreamed in the splendor of her lotus pools. And winter and dew time laid their calm, cool hands on nature's bosom, still in half sleep, and deepened with hues of flax and mellow ease the tranquil beauty of the waning years. Then spring, an ardent lover, leaped through leaves and caught the earth bride in his eager clasp. His advent was a fire of irised hues. His arms were a circle of the arrival of joy. His voice was a call to the transcendent spheres, whose secret touch upon our mortal lives keeps ever new the thrill that made the world, removes an ancient sweetness to new shapes, and guards intact, unchanged by death and time, the answer of our hearts to nature's charms, and keeps forever new, but still the same, the throb that ever wakes to the old delight and beauty and rapture and the joy to live.
His performance. I hope you do too. I see Shrishti there all excited to join Paridhi and perform an act which has no song but only beats and bowls, word annotations of notes of music. The performance coming up is on number from Hindi movie Takshak, with music composed by A.R. Rahman and sung by Surjo Bhattacharya. Its beauty lies in the fact that there are no words than the bowls of the tal. Come, come Shrishti, along with your twin-like friend. Dance in a Jugalbandi. Jugalbandi, by the way, means entwined twins and is a style of Indian classical dance featuring a duet of two solo dancers.
let now our heart continue to beat even faster. Paridhi is now coming up with a hot romantic act from a Hindi film song. But wait, romantic all right, this romance is of a different level altogether. And not only hot, but here the soul is totally afire, with only one consuming desire left to merge into the supreme lover. And as the wordings of the song beautifully but simply express, the gopis, the soul's single aim is to fuse with Nandlal and become Lal, with Hari and become Hari green. But then when the soul has become Kanch ka tan, transparent as glass, it automatically takes to whatever the divine chooses as his color, red, green, blue, silver, golden, whatever. Pari coming up with Mohe Rang Do Lal. Now that the gopi is completely dyed in the Lord's color, red, and starts seeing the Lord everywhere, His sweetness all around her, if in her, outside of her, that leads to the state of Madhurya. Paridhi will now present Madhurashtakam. Now, considering that there is no beginning and no end to eternity, we will come back to the beginning and, deviating a bit from tradition, we'll conclude the program with Mangalacharan by Srishti.
As we all know, children occasionally goof up, but we'd really like to appreciate your presence here with us today. And thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for being part of today's show. We apologize if there's some technical issue that we've had. We look forward to seeing you in the next program. As a token of appreciation, we want to give out a few presents. Neelamji will give it out to the participants today.
This will give her to tabla player.
One second. Second.
Tabla player can announce me.
A small token of appreciation from the Bhavan. Mrs. and Mr. Bhattacharya ji, thank you for the performance. No, this is Abu. So, the program today. We thank you so much and see you next time.